Okay, so I learned something. Okay, so that's why I'm kind of like excited because I like when I learn stuff. Okay, so let's say, nah, let's say, okay, so your loved one dies. Boom, right? First, you call um, the ambulance, right? The paramedics will come, they'll try to revive them. After that, a few minutes later, the police will come. Confirm time of death. They will ask you questions like who's a primary doctor, was anything wrong with the person. They will ask you questions like that. That's the police officer's job. That's what they're gonna do. You might not like seeing officers around your loved one because what the fuck, but that's what they're there to do, you know. And if it's foul play, well then they're gonna, do their investigations. But let's just say that it's no foul play. It's like a heart attack, something natural, right? So they're gonna talk to you, and you're gonna be crying, and you're like, "What the fuck are you asking me? I don't know," right? Then you need to call a mortuary, like Forest Lawn. This is not a promotion. It's just a popular place and beautiful place, I might add. They will come and take your loved one away, and they will have your loved one at their facility, right? This is just an example. Whatever mortuary you decide, whatever. So then, the next, like a few hours later, or even the next day, they will call you to schedule an appointment, and you will talk to someone that's like a memorial counselor, right? And that's when they will tell you like, oh, like the cremation options, burial options, etc. Let's pause on that. Once your family member gets taken to their mortuary, go to the city. Well, now, what website is the city? I will have to get back to you on that. Medical. It's called the Medical Examiner's Corner, County of whatever. So for me, it'd be Los Angeles. So you go to Medical Examiner Corner, County of Los Angeles. Okay. Then you call. Let me give you the number to call. You call 323-409-7161. And you say, my loved one just got picked up. And we would like the city to take care of the cremation. They say, okay. Tell the mortuary this. And then you call the mortuary, like Forest Lawn. You call them and they say, oh, okay, that's the way you want to do it? Okay. There's still a transportation fee. They might waive another fee or two depending on what they can do, For me, they waived the refrigeration cost. So that was very generous, I think. And the transportation cost is about $500. So, okay. Then your loved one goes to the city, and few months later, you will receive a letter telling you when to go pick up the ashes, and there you go. And that with the city cost is about $350. So with transportation, that was $500 plus $350, that's $850. That's, it's a lot more waiting time because, for example, what I was going to do, which my dad never wanted. That's why I felt more of an urge to look for what he was talking about. My dad was always like, let the city take care of me, pick up my ashes, and I don't care what the fuck you do with them. Like his words. Like he was very like, I'm alive here. I'm here today. I'm not going to be here tomorrow. I can't control that shit. do whatever you want to do. Type. That's how my dad was. He was very much like that. Um, but me, I went in there, I'm all like, sad and stuff. I was looking at a bill of just under 5 grand. I'm not gonna tell you the exact point. And I was just like, 5 grand? I mean, don't really want to cough up 5 grand. And then my dad, was always like, take me to the city. Like, cause like I know my dad, he wouldn't want me to spend 5 grand. Like, my dad was very much like, do not, what are you doing? What is this? Like, like he didn't make like birthdays a big deal. He didn't make holidays a big deal. He did not give a shit. If anything happened, it's because I wanted to happen and he was doing it for me. So yeah, 850, it's better than 5 grand. And it's exactly what my dad wanted. It's something that he always talked about. He was just like, shit, when I die, if you're there, if you're not there, if you find out later on, a few days later, like, then shit, just like, I'll be in the city. Like that. Like, he was very much like that. And I had it, like, in me, like, if I was supposed to spend this much, my dad would have had that much laying around somewhere. He probably he did have life insurance. He did. But he stopped paying it and the shit lapsed. And then that's just like, that makes sense. That's my dad. But it's just like, if he was like, Simona is not going to be able to figure this out. She is gonna she's not gonna be able to pay for this. She ain't gonna want to pay for this, or whatever the case may be. He would have like had money like in a shoebox. You know what I mean? Like, he would have. So he kept saying, like, just the city will take care of me. Pick up my ashes and do what the fuck you want to do. Thank you, Daddy. Okay, I saved a lot of money. Stressing me out. I love you so much, Daddy. And like the casket, me watching you, be burned, all that stuff you never talked about, you never wanted. I'm so grateful to have had you every single day of my life. From the day I was born into the day you died, I was with you. And this is how you wanted it. And I was able to figure it out. And yeah. I've been crying all fucking week. Shit sucks. But if you do have the money, if you already have like the arrangements, set up and things like that, you don't need to go through the city process and everything, do it your way. Just do whatever that they wanted, to fulfill their last wishes. Because things like that is more for the living. And it's really taking my turtle DJ staring at me. It's taking a lot of me not to go and like do it this way, the 5 grand. It's taking a lot. But like, knowing my dad's like, why the fuck would you do like just hearing him is just like, why would you do that? Use that money for something else. You have my granddaughter's birthday, you have Thanksgiving, you have to go to Canada for my ashes, you have to do the you have Christmas, you have your next birthday, you have so many other things that you do. Like, now I'm paying rent for 2 apartments. Like, I have the car note now, so he like would not just, he wouldn't want me wasting, that money. Yeah. Well, thank you all for watching. Hope you learned something. Um, Bye. Okay, this is gonna sound crazy, but stay with me. We need to create an afterlife policy for people who unexpectedly pass away. Their loved ones don't have life insurance for them. They didn't have life insurance for whatever reason, right? Um, and instead, it's called afterlife insurance that will help cover the cremation or burial, and not like with all the fixings. It's like it'll be very like precise, and also like money so the person can like take time off of work. Yeah, because not only did the person just like unexpectedly die, and now you have that final expenses that you need to just come up with, but your heart is hurting and can't really focus at work. You can't really be the best employee. You can't. It's probably hurting you so much that you can't even be your best partner. Can't be the best parent. Like, So there need like something else, like something else that you're like, you know what, the afterlife insurance policy, like you by yourself, and you put like your friends, your parents, your whatever, your children's, information, and if they pass away, you're able you're able to like state that. I don't know. I don't know how exactly that would work, but it needs to be something like you could put like just money into like a banking account. I don't know exactly how it would work out, but it needs to be something like an afterlife insurance, for those of us who are still living. Like, it just sucks. Like, it sucks. Like, my dad always downplayed shit. Always. Nothing was a big deal. It was just, you know. And he did that to, in a way, protect me. But what he could have done was protect me. He could have given a fuck about himself. My dad did not take care of himself. He could have taken care of me financially, making sure that we were straight, even if it was just money in a shoebox somewhere in the house that he just didn't say, and one day, I found it, like, he just didn't. And then I, being so caught up in my own life and my resentment towards him, I didn't take the time to learn. I didn't take a second and look at my insurance options. Like, I have all my dad's information. Like, if I don't have my dad's information, we don't have it. Like, that's it. I know. Look at my eyebrow. That's a different story. So and now I'm feeling like guilt because I'm his caregiver and I didn't do that. I got his appointments in order. I was changing his primary doctor, and him having a massive heart attack, like, no one can like expect that. I did know that my dad was not well, but he wasn't like on his deathbed and like dying. He was like the day before he cooked. The night before he said, "I'll see you tomorrow." When my dad doesn't feel like okay, he will tell me, Simona, stay with me just a little bit longer. Just sit with me. You know, Mona, please don't leave. You know, or he will call me. He will call me nonstop. I once got like missing 14 messages. And I was probably at the movies, and um so some place where like I just like, or maybe my phone was dead and like I didn't receive the phone calls, but until like later on. And it was because he wanted his Seroquel to help him sleep. Like, it wasn't like big things. And I knew my dad didn't want to go to the hospital. He didn't like the hospital. um we had the talks that he was okay to die, and everything was like, and I just feel like, well, Dad, if you feel like you're okay to die, then you know when you die, I'm gonna lose that income. That's like half of our income. You know, and also it's like I knew if something happened to him, I was gonna lose that income. So like, why the fuck didn't I? Like like even if it was just 5 grand, that would have carried his final expenses. You know, if it was 25 grand, I could have paid off the car and paid off the insurance and just, you know, had that out of the way. If it was 250,000, you know, I could have just like, you know, put a down payment on the house. You know what I mean? Like, or shit, bought something for that. Like, I could have bought something with, you know, with that. And I know this. I'm saying this to you all, and I didn't do it. I didn't spend a minute on the phone. Like, I spent all this time on social media, spent all this time with stupid ass guys, having my time wasted just being around fucking idiots. And I didn't take time to secure that, knowing damn well that my father was not healthy. What the fuck is wrong with me? So I'm telling you, have these conversations with your parents. Take control over it. I don't care if you're not the oldest, because a lot of times people think that, oh, the husband or the wife will do it, oh, the mother will do it, oh, the father will do it, oh, the older sibling will do it. You know what? Maybe they will, but you make sure that you have something also. Like, and not on no greedy tip. It doesn't have to be a $500,000 fucking policy, because you do have to pay that monthly, you know. But like I said, the 5,000 burial insurance just covers like the cremation, the burial, like just covers that. It just covers that. I was paying like $30 a month just for that. You know, we spent $30 a month on dumb shit. I just spent like $25 for the car wash, $40 for gas, $4 to park. Like, how much did I just spend? Like 75, like $80. Like, I could have spent $30 on, you know what I mean? So I just, yeah. So out of the clear blue sky, you know, I look into my blocked messages. Jose messages me, giving me his condolences. First of all, I don't fuck with you at all on any fucking level. I do not talk to you. I have you blocked on all social medias. Why the fuck are you coming for me? Why are you contacting me? For what? I don't care if it was pure agenda or whatever. I do not fuck with you. Why are you contacting me? That's it. And then it's, who the fuck told you? because I have you blocked, and I have you blocked on all social media. So it's, Mariana must have told you. I tell Mariana. She's like, no. I told my supervisor why I was going to be able to work on Friday. And I'm like, you don't have any right to mention my dad. And she's like, that's my grandpa. He's actually not. Like, he's actually not. Let's just get that. But you have to be really clear in the conversation, because everyone knows that you're not biologically my daughter. So if you're just like, oh, my grandfather died, they don't know if it's my dad off the bat. They don't know. It could have been your actual grandfather, your mother's father. It could have been him. It could have been your dad's father, even though that man, I mean, there's been like folk tales about this fucking human. You know, certain shit like that. Like I know, Simona, this and that. I opened up my arms to her. I welcomed her into my family. And aside from the whole Jose stupid shit that, you know, she's a young girl, she didn't know, blah blah blah, let's focus on him, he's a grown-ass man, yada yada yada, right? She's been very receptive. You know, she does her part. I tell her what to do, she does it. You know, we don't have any other issues, right? But this is my issue. This is my father we're talking about. My father, the guy who was there when I was born and died. You know, a lot of people don't seem to get this because there's a lot of absent fathers. But I had a father. I knew him. He raised me. Knew him very well. Well, okay, obviously not well enough, because I didn't know this whole life insurance thing was going to be a fucking thing. So, I'm still trying to accept that. But like, I had my dad from the day I was born into the day he died. My dad. My dad was never married, never had a sibling from my dad. My dad, 100% my dad. So who the fuck are you to make any comment, questions, concerns, anything about my dad? Who the fuck are you to tell other people my shit? This is my shit. Oh, you posted on social media and this and that. I do. I post my life on my social media. I don't go onto yours talking shit to you or about you or whatever the fuck or anything like that. I say, hey, this is what happened in my life, and these are the people who made it happen. These are the characters in the story that I am telling you. Okay? I ain't said shit about shit. I don't just... No. It's whoever did whatever, and this is how I feel, and this is what I think, and this is what I'm gonna do, and that is how all the conversations are. I never just sit back and just talk shit about you motherfuckers. I never just sit and just tell all your fucking business. No. I say, me and so-and-so, this is how we met. Me and so-and-so, this is what this person did. Me and so-and-so, this is why our relationship is where it's at. Or this is why our relationship ended. This is the concept. So I'm so confused in the what the fuck you had the fucking audacity to talk about my father. Mine. Not yours. He is not your grandfather. He's not. You're not fucking blood. The relationship is the fact that your father is a hoe. Fucked your mama, fucked Ashley, fucked me, had kids by all of us, ain't around for any of us. You see, like, that's the story. That's the fucking story. Knowing that you needed a mom and knowing that you needed a family, I shared mine with you. But my family is not your family. I just want to make that clear. You have no right to say anything about my father at all.